It's time to start selling silver. Now, I don't mean because the markets deem it necessary to do so or that I think that silver is going to crash. Indeed, I am promoting here the establishing of a seller profile, which I think in the long run will yield people way more in the effort, time, and potential cost that it might be just to flip the odd piece of silver to raise that seller profile. Having an established seller profile will do you a world of good. So in today's video, let's talk about that and these absolutely gorgeous kilo bars of silver. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a very warm welcome to you all joining me for this week's thought-provoking ramble about precious metals. And in today's video, I want to talk specifically about the selling of precious metals, whether it be silver, gold, platinum, rhodium, whatever it is, to engage with the selling process, to have an established seller profile with good reputation is invaluable. It will earn you major bucks more than it would if you did not. And I think it's something that everybody should at least consider as owners of precious metals. Exit strategies are something that I've talked about countless times here on the channel, being able to understand how you're going to get your money out of these wonderful silver bars if you needed to. And in the UK, certainly right now, buying from a dealer at 40% over spot price, including taxes, when you go back to said dealer with your bar of silver, they will offer you spot price. And that's a 40% potential swing, which is, of course, huge losses. But if you go onto the second-hand market, you'll find right now that there are much better prices to be had. And I see it all the time right now that there are a lot of brand new sellers trying to basically flip silver at high prices and make some profits. My argument, though, is that having the reputation first will earn you those profits in the long run. And having that seller profile with the reputation is a hard thing to come by. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the tips, hints, and tricks that I will suggest to any brand new seller of silver. And I can talk about this firsthand as a established seller who's got all the perks that come with it. You know, I can now, if I look to buy something from somebody, if somebody else is buying, often enough, they will happily send me the stuff for free before I even pay for it. And then once I've checked it, I will pay for what it is I am buying. That reputation, that social community reputation is invaluable. And whilst that's nice to be able to be like a dealer and not have to pay for things up front, when it comes to selling, I think that also garners a lot of extra reputational benefits for any seller. You will be able to get more buyers involved. And I see it time and time again on the Silver Forum. You get brand new sellers coming on board with zero feedback, zero posts on the forum. All they've done is their very first post is a sales listing to say, I have got X amount of silver for sale, buy it off me at this price. And sometimes the prices are priced at pretty high rates, higher than some of the other more established sellers would be on the Silver Forum. You've got to look at it from a perspective of the buyer. If the buyer is faced with two sellers, one with zero reputation and feedback and another with countless feedback and reputation, and the prices are the same, most, if not all, buyers would go with the established member and have that one, done, dusted in the bank. So if a brand new seller comes along and they're selling for more than an established seller, that's going to be an even more uphill battle. Now, every now and again, though, you do get opportunities come around on places like the Silver Forum where you get ridiculously cheap price silver, like these 5 silver bars. And these were all from a brand new seller. Now, the skeptical nature of forum membership, and I think just generally the community of precious metal owners kicks into overdrive sometimes. If you see somebody brand new come to the forum with 10 1 kilo bars of silver at a very good price, some alarm bells would start ringing. And I think for me as well, when I saw these listings, I didn't immediately think, oh, that's definitely a scam, that's definitely a fake profile. But you've always got to kind of think in the back of your mind, well, what could go wrong? It could be a scammer, it could be somebody random just trying to get personal details of people who are interested in buying silver. However, this particular seller did all the right things to look to alleviate those issues. He very cleverly put up good photos, clear photos of the bars, clearly described them, clear pricing mechanisms within his listing. He put a little piece of paper with his forum name written on it with the date so that people knew that it was not just an image taken from Google and used on the forum. And he was also willing to act as a very responsible seller and send bars off to somebody like myself as an intermediary to check them, to make sure they're real, to basically say, yes, look, I've got them here. They are here right now. These are the 5 bars from this chap, and they are real. And people have now bought them. They bought them on the proviso that I would get them first. And job done. I'm about to package these up and send these out to their new owners. And they, I think, averaged out at about £21 an ounce for what arguably are some beautiful kilo silver bars. I mean, goodness me, this Queensland Mint 1 kilo bad boy here. Look at this. I just love it. It's my favourite of the lot. And I have to say, the 10 kilos that he had sold incredibly quickly at that price point. And I was not online at the time that they all came up. Otherwise, I might well have garnered 1 or 2 of these for my kilo bar collections myself. But, regardless, the point is that this seller did all the right things. He engaged with the process. He recognized that he was brand new. And it is very difficult when you are brand new. And I get that. And me saying here, get online and start selling silver, start establishing your silver profile is not an easy thing to do. It is not something that can be done very quickly overnight. And in fact, one would argue that even selling at a small loss to start with might potentially earn you more in the future by having that established seller profile. So even if you are, thinking right now, well, this is impossible, just think about it, because it could end up yielding you way more down the line when the time comes to actually sell a vast majority of your silver or gold. And I have no doubt that the boon and benefit would far outweigh any particular small costs of selling anything that you might have at small losses. Even if it was a very tiny profit, that's good as well. If you're making a little bit of profit on a couple of sales every now and again, once every couple of weeks or something, just to get that seller profile going, that's a good thing in my books. In my mind, that will pay you more down the line than not doing so, if that makes sense. Certainly on the second-hand market, we're talking in situations here where the silver price hasn't really moved. If silver price goes up, £50 an ounce, £100 an ounce or something like that, then of course the quick sale option, going to a dealer and just dumping all of your silver in there, is going to of course be one of the best things that you can do. It's the fastest way to secure the sale. It's not going to have all of the faff of the postage, the potential loss in the post, which is very small, but something to consider. It's definitely a quicker, easier, better method to get all of your cash out. But that comes at a price, because you're not necessarily going to get the best returns. And it's always going to be about garnering the best return on your investments. So in terms of tips, hints and tricks, I've mentioned a few there. Be open, be honest, be very transparent with your sales listings. I've seen quite a few new sales listings hitting the Silver Forum over this last few months since Brexit. I think quite a lot of people have recognized that because now we cannot buy silver without VAT attached to it from a dealer, that basically that 20% premium is added on top of any piece of silver that they have. So to see somebody trying to sell Britannias at close to £29 an ounce when you can buy Britannias from established members for less than that is going to be difficult. So think about your pricing, think about your target market as well, because the Silver Forum community are generally very eagle-eyed when it comes to getting the right prices and the right deals. And a lot of the time people won't sell things if they overprice them. And often that can actually work against you as well. It can really sort of, people can go, oh, well, they're just kind of in it for as much as they can. They're trying to fleece people, and that's not necessarily the best thing to get. So just be honest with yourself about what you want to achieve with the price. But just look at that bar gleaming in the light. I love it. I want to keep it. I can't. It's so sad. Anyway, I get distracted by shiny things. Make sure you're transparent with your listing, with your sales, with your postage, with the liabilities that come for it. Who's going to be liable? What kind of postage is it going to be? Is it insured? All of those kind of things. If it's something like these big giant bars, try and give some indication of your own testing regime that you might have done. If you've got some neodymium magnets, you can certainly use those on these, although magnets on bars this size would never detect any kind of cause. But if you're really, sensible about these things, you could always post up a little video clip of you doing a specific gravity test on such items. That's very easy to do. Coins, a lot easier to sell, a lot easier to verify than big old bars, so that's definitely possible as well. But generally speaking, there are just common sense things that one can do to help establish that profile. There is the intermediary services that I offer, and I do want to sort of push that at the end of this video. Push, that's probably the wrong phrase. Just to say, to engage with that is a good thing. You know, we charge for this service. I'm not going to hide behind the fact that I've made a little bit of money by taking custody of these and sending them out. But, you know, my time, my experience, my expertise there, I think is worthwhile. And whether people don't agree with that or not, that's fine. We'll put that, argument to one side, feedback taken on board. But I think we offer a very valuable service to people, and I think that having this as an option for a brand new seller is great, because now these bars here, every one of them will have positive feedback going for that original seller, and I will be leaving positive feedback for that original seller as somebody who has engaged properly with the process. To flat out refuse to even think about sending something off before payment if you're a brand new seller is borderline arrogant and borderline, just not going to get, well, it's not even borderline, it's probably not going to get you any kind of sales in the future. That's kind of my opinion and thought on it. So lots of really good ways to get around this. We're just talking about the Silver Forum here. You can start selling on eBay. That's another great platform, which of course is much better for the buyer, so they will have more confidence even from a seller with very small feedback. Everybody's got to start somewhere on eBay, and it is certainly possible, although with managed payments I think it's making it a little bit more difficult right now. But from what I understand, Silver will be back in action on eBay not so soon, or not in the not too distant future, if people are struggling with the managed payment side of things. That's what I understand anyway. Otherwise, Instagram, YouTube, I have no doubt, and put this into perspective, I have no doubt that if I was to right now start selling silver at spot price, or my gold collection, if I was starting to cash out, and I put a video up saying gold at spot, silver at spot, I would have reams and reams of people at the door waiting to buy, and I would be able to cash out, I would say 90% of my stack within a week. I honestly would. And that is just invaluable. There is no doubt in my mind that is so worth all of the effort that it takes to start selling, to start, actually engaging with the community, and that's a really good thing for me. It's also quite fun, and that's one of the last things I want to just say. It can be a hobby. It can be a really good hobby. And I mean, I started by selling some of my hand-poured silver as a little hobby, as a self-sustaining hobby. And look where I am today, full-fledged business, and that is just wonderful, wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Anyway, look, I have rambled on long enough about the selling of silver. I would love to know your thoughts, your tips, hints and tricks, or whether or not you're just in the camp of I will never sell silver. It's a really interesting argument, and one that I definitely would like to engage with you down in that comment section. So make sure you comment and I'll see you down there. If you've enjoyed this video, thumbs up, share it around on your social media. If you like these bars, you just need to do nothing else than hit that like button. And if you want to see videos like this in the future, hit that subscribe button with the alarm bell on. I think it's just about here if you're watching. Thank you one and all for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment and subscribe for more.